Hey, Rob Brown of Encore Partners here. Thanks for tuning in again to the next video in my series for helping you understand the Encore method, what I call the AUM 250 roadmap, a tool that I use to help advisors get to 50 million, 100 million, 250 million in assets under management without going crazy working nights and weekends. Today, I'm going to talk with you specifically about attracting new, ideal, or ultimate client relationships through LinkedIn. You see, when I talk with advisors about ways to bring in new clients to their practices, one of the things that they often say is, how does LinkedIn work? Or why isn't LinkedIn working for me? I hear that it's a great tool. And you know, it is a great tool. And it's part of the stages that we walk through as we're helping advisors elevate their practices and make client acquisition more routine. Some of my clients are bringing in 2, 3, 4 new ideal client relationships every quarter just through LinkedIn. How different would your business be if you added, I don't know, 3 new $500,000 or 2 new $1 million clients over the next 90 days just by getting on LinkedIn and spending 20 minutes a day doing it? It's possible. And that's what I want to walk through in this video. And the real key is you need to think of LinkedIn like brushing your teeth. It's not a fancy process. You know, when you brush your teeth, you need good toothpaste, a good toothbrush, maybe some floss, and you need to do it every day, and everything should be okay. Same thing with LinkedIn. If you do a few things every day, just spend a little bit of time every day, and you're consistent with it, you'll get results. And explaining this is really kind of simple. You see, I don't care where your business is. If you're scrambling, trying to be all things to all people, you're going to have huge ups and downs when it comes to client acquisition. But when you narrow your focus, and LinkedIn is a great way to do this, you can laser focus in on the type of people that you would really like to work with. Put yourself in front of them in a way that they see you as being professional and consistent in how you do things, and they're going to talk to you about doing business. You're going to be on that list of people that they need to talk to when they have an important financial decision to make. And it all starts by making sure that when you put your profile on LinkedIn, that you clearly say what you do, who you serve, and how you serve them. What, who, how. And that starts, and the most important place on your profile is in your headline. You can see in the background I've blacked out some of the details, but these are typical LinkedIn headlines where there is no description of what, who, and how. You know, president of, the name of a company, wealth management, but that's not what, who, how. Your headline needs to be clear because that's the first place somebody's going to go if you're trying to interact with them on LinkedIn. They're going to say, well, who is this guy? How's he going to help me? Here are some good examples of what, who, how. I'm not going to read through them, but as I'm talking, look at these descriptions. Aren't these better examples? Aren't these more purposeful statements of how these advisors help the particular type of clients that they work with and what they do? That's what you have to do. That's one of the first things that I help advisors do as I'm working with them through the AUM 250 roadmap, and we're on that client acquisition section when we're looking at how LinkedIn or social media can help you build your prospecting process so that you're adding the right number and the right type of new prospects to your pipeline consistently. I saw a great quote from Gretchen Rubin. She says, what I do every day matters more than what I do once in a while. And when I talk with advisors about LinkedIn, those who are struggling with it, this really nails it. They're not doing something with LinkedIn every day. And maybe some of the things that they are doing every day are automated. They've invested in some system that throws articles and stuff through their news feed, but it's not really attacking um, who the people are that the advisor wants to work with. So it's not just doing something every day, it's doing something that matters every day. And when you do things every day, you're going to get results. You can't help but get results. And again, I'm not talking about taking a lot of time. So one of the frameworks inside of the overall Encore method, one of the tools that I use to help advisors take their practices to that next level of success is part of my client attraction optimization process. And it's a LinkedIn framework. So once we get the profile straightened away, once the advisor looks like he or she should look, so that it's very clear what they do, who they serve, and how they serve them, then we create a series of communication and a series of ways of identifying the right people to identify with. And again, it takes 15, 20 minutes per day. My typical client is identifying 5 to 10 people who are part of the group of people that they would like to have as future clients and asking them to connect every day. So that's kind of step one in this framework. The next thing we do is we make sure that the way they ask the question isn't, kind of that lame LinkedIn message that said, I'd like you to be part of my network. It's very specific to why they want them to be part of the network. We tailor that to the advisor's practice, to their what, who, and how. And then once somebody agrees to be a connection, we have a series of follow-ups that aren't immediately selling stuff, that offers value, that takes a few weeks, but ultimately ends up with the opportunity to sit down for lunch or coffee with that, or even a phone call with that new connection. And the numbers just play out. The more people that you ask to connect, the more people become connections. The more connections that you have, the more coffees that you have, the more coffees that you have, the more clients that you bring in. It's just that simple. And the numbers play out over and over and over again. Roughly speaking, if you ask 100 people to connect, you'll get in the neighborhood of 40 to 60 who will say, yes, I'll connect. If you then go through those ongoing communications and maybe ask 100 of those new connections to have coffee, 1 in 5 will say yes. The numbers just play out. It's like clockwork, but it comes from that consistent commitment. And that's how you put a LinkedIn campaign together. That's part of the framework that's inside of the Encore method. If you apply that to your business, you're serious about using social media, serious about using LinkedIn to grow your business, that's how you can get it done. It's as simple as that. And it's why it's a very specific method that we look at inside of the Encore method. When we're getting to the elevation stage, that middle level of the AUM 250 roadmap, and we're trying to uncover the best ways for advisors to fill their pipelines, one of the things that we look at is online opportunities, because we want to target specifically who we want to work with. We want to have some real purpose and consistency in how we do that. So here's the thing. Are you interested in maybe talking about the elevation stage or the social media stage or the LinkedIn stage of your practice, of the AUM 250 roadmap, so you can figure out how you can get to 50 million, 100 million, 250 million, and beyond in assets under management? If you'd like to do that, I'd like to talk with you. I schedule about 10 fast track calls every week. I just hop on the phone with advisors. I love talking to you guys and gals, and I like to talk about your business and how you can apply my method at the right way to the right inflection points in your business so you get to that next level of assets under management. And it's really simple. You just need to go to my website, go to encorepartners.com/fast-track. And you'll see a page that looks something like this. Pick a time that fits your schedule. So just go to encorepartners.com/fast-track. Pick a time that fits your schedule, enter your name and your email address, and then I will call you. I will call you on the day and time that you pick. We'll talk for about 15 minutes about your business and how you can apply the AUM 250 roadmap, how you can apply the LinkedIn strategy to your practice. So if you're trying to get to 50 million or to 100 million or to 250 million and beyond in assets under management, you'll have some ideas on exactly how to do that. So I hope to talk to you soon. Thanks for listening.